Fellas, I'm going to use this scene of Thomas Shelby from Peaky Blinders to break down the scientifically backed optimum way to interact with women to increase their interest, make them literally magnetized to your presence and make them pursue and eventually chase you. And if that sounds like force, that is a big, massive fucking claim. How can I believe you? All I say is, don't fucking believe me. Just watch the video, use one of the tactics, and you will see what I mean. You will see why this stuff works so fucking well. There is literally nothing you can do. There is no change you can make that will give you a quicker increase in results in implementing some of the tactics I'm going to take you through in this video. Let us get into this fucking video. It is going to be good.
If Her Majesty smells of paraffin, it's because my old lamp is smoking for want of fuel. Times are hard in case you hadn't noticed.
I hope your insistence that I take a boat rather than a cab from the station wasn't purely for your own amusement.
No, for the avoidance of death or kidnap.
By boat, you get to see the nicer parts of a city.
Right, fellas, I'm just going to show you a few basic things right now. Then we're going to get into some more in-depth, advanced shit later in the video. Let's just start off nice and basic. First things first.
A boat rather than a cab from the station wasn't purely for your own amusement.
No, for the avoidance of death or...
I want you to notice where he's looking, right? And the reason I'm pointing this out, fellas, this may seem like a minor thing, but he's not looking at her. Whereas most men in this scenario, they would be walking and they'd be staring at her. Now, why is that a mistake? High-ranking men, fellas, right? High-ranking men, high-status men, men with lots of options, right? High in the dominance hierarchy, right? They tend to give less attention. Why? Because they are high-ranking, so they have less attention to go around, right? Fellas, you giving less eye contact, you not looking at people when they're talking to you, right? What that's going to signal is this guy's a high-ranking man. And again, she's not consciously going to think, oh yeah, because this guy isn't looking at me 80% of the time, therefore he must be high status, therefore he must get loads of girls. No, it's all a subconscious process, fellas. And what we do is we add up all these little tactics I'm going to give you in this video. And when you use all of them in combination, that is what creates the effect in her brain of being like, I need to be around this guy. Who the fuck is this guy? I need to marry him. That I swear to God, if you use these tactics, fellas, that is the reaction you will get. She will want to fucking marry you. I am not exaggerating.
Or kidnap.
By boat, you get to see the nicer parts of a city.
In the garrison now, should be all right. This way.
Next thing I want to point out, fellas, is Tommy's vocal tonality, because the way Tommy speaks, fellas, is not just very, very attractive to women, right? But it's also how you make other men respect you. So you're going to get two benefits when you decide to speak in this way. Okay, let me show you a few tactics.
For your own amusement. The insistence that I take a boat rather than a cab from the station wasn't purely for your own amusement.
No, for the avoidance of death or kidnap.
You can see how when he speaks, fellas, he sort of takes minor pauses in when he speaks, right? In his sentences, right? It's for the avoidance of death and kidnap, right? He takes minor pauses, right? Speaking like this, fellas, is a highly confident tactic, right? Or not tactic, but this is a tactic you can use to be perceived as highly confident, fellas. Just speak in this way, right? With a monotone tonality like Tommy does here, and take slight pauses in between your sentences. Just do it and see what happens, right? Also, fellas, first thing you're going to notice is people will treat you differently. When you open your fucking mouth, people will pay attention. People will literally stop what they're doing and look at you. The second thing is, fellas, when you speak in this way, you will naturally feel more confident. I don't know what it does. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm the second coming of Christ and I can walk on water. I don't know why taking minor pauses in your sentences makes you feel this way. Ask Jesus. I don't know. But all I know, fellas, is that it does.
Boat, you get to see the nicer parts of a city.
And again, fellas, I just want to point out one more basic thing here, but that will make a massive difference, is just watch how Tommy walks.
Kidnap.
By boat, you get to
What
see
you
the
can see, fellas, is you've got this nice shoulder movement, right? The shoulders swivel forward and backwards, right? It will make a fucking humongous difference in how women perceive you and how men perceive you and how fucking dogs perceive you. Yes, I'm being serious, right? It's, again, fellas, why this is so important, again, we're going to get way more in depth later, but your walk is one of the first things people notice, and it's also how people make first impressions of you. First impressions are important, fellas, because they determine how people will treat you before they even converse with you. So they're important to get right. Right, let's watch Tommy's shoulders here.
Of death or kidnap?
by boat.
You can see there's a slight subtle movement. There's a slight subtle rock back and forth. Now, this is important, fellas, because free-flowing shoulder movement simply signals confidence and that you're relaxed and that you feel at ease, right? Because if we look at when human beings are tense, are nervous, are insecure, they feel threatened, right? Which, by the way, fellas, all of those things are instant turn-offs, right? What will happen is the way you will walk with rigid shoulders. There will be no free-flowing shoulder movement, right? So when you walk with rigid shoulders, it's going to subconsciously communicate to her, this guy I'm with is a low-ranking, low-status fucking loser. Whereas when you have free-flowing shoulder movement, it's going to say, wow, this guy's cool, calm, confident. I want to be a part of that. Those traits, fellas, we're going to get into some attractive traits later, but those traits are highly, highly attractive to women.
Boat, you get to see the nicer parts of a city.
In the garrison now. Should be all right. This way.
And again, if you just listen to how we spoke there, it's the same, right? We're going to the garrison, now you'll be fine there, or whatever the fuck he said. You get the point.
Good morning, Lady Carlton.
A tiny thing I want to point out, fellas, is watch the order they walk in the room.
Good morning,
Now,
lady.
fellas, this is a minor detail. No one else on the internet is going to point this shit out. No one. Right? Minor detail. Always walk in front. Always. You should always be, even if you're holding hands, right? Some girl I was dating, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but she couldn't keep her hands off me, right? She always had to be holding my hand, holding my arm, lean, whatever, right? So whenever we're walking, right, she'd be holding my hand. So what do? Well, you still have to walk a step or two in front, right? This has to be you and this has to be her. You have to be in front. I'm telling you, this is an instant attraction boost when you walk in front. Right? Why? Because now you're leading the way, right? You're sort of protecting her from danger. You're going through things first, right? You're sort of clearing the way for her. Fellas, let me give you another advanced minor tactic, right? No one's talking about this stuff. When you're walking on a pavement, right, on the sidewalk, right? So say this is the sidewalk, right? And then here, you've got the road, right? So cars are, you like my car. Let's just say that's a car, right? Cars are driving, right, in this direction, right? And you're walking here. Fellas, what you want to do is, typic, like 50% of the time she's going to be on the left and 50% of the time you're going to be on one side, right? What you want to do, fellas, is you always, if you're walking like this, make a deliberate effort to say, no, you go on the inside, I'll go on the outside by the cars. I don't want you to be in the cars. That little thing just, boom, just instant attraction boost, because no one does that. It's like, wow, this guy actually cares about me. Wow, this guy's actually a leader. Wow, this guy's actually willing to protect. Women love that shit. So always walk in front. And if you're in the row, if you're walking, always make sure you move her. You say, no, you go on this side, right? You can literally physically pull her and move her on the other side. I will walk nearest the car. Right? Just a little tactic. But always make sure you're walking in front, right? And I'll explain this. When a woman is walking in front, that's going to put her in the dominant position. That icks the shit out of women. It icks the shit out of girls. It's their ick. I'm telling, fellas, the reason I'm hammering on this point is because this point is top of mind for me, right? A few weeks ago, right, I was with this girl and she was walking, for some reason, we were just finishing dinner and she was walking in front of me and I could tell what was going through her head. I knew, so like, I think she might have even said something. Like, oh, force, like walk in front of me. Something. Or I might have just picked it up. I can't remember. But then I was like, I need to tell the guys this on YouTube when I return. That always make sure you walk in front.
Lady Carlton.
I'm not a lady.
Too right, you're not.
Pursuing, stabling, feed, 2 hours a day in the gallops.
Fellas, again, I just want to highlight the vocal tonality again, right? Just how it is, whatever he said, right? A, B, C, D, E, F. Whatever he said, right? You get the point. There's like slight pauses in between, right? It's just a highly confident way to speak.
Did you think of a name?
Yes. Dangerous.
Dangerous.
Right, few things. First thing, fellas, is this is again a little minor tactic that no one's going to talk about, but you genuinely want to be like this. For there's a few really good things here. First, a little minor thing. The person who is sort of on top, who is looking down on the other person, right, will feel more dominant. Right? So, for example, if someone's on the floor and you're standing up, you will, in your head, no matter who they are, you will instantly feel like more confident, more dominant, more assertive. You will feel more dominant than this person. Right? So this is why you should always genuinely be above the woman. Above her, right? If you can be standing brilliant and she's sitting fine, don't make it look weird. I'm just saying, if you're both standing, right? If you're both standing, don't sit down, right? Don't sit down if you're both standing, like lean back or sit on the floor or some gay bullshit like that. Because then guess what's going to be happen? She's going to be standing and you're going to be on the fucking floor and she's going to be looking down on you. And how is this going to make her feel, fellas? Again, this is just going to ick her out. She won't even know. She'll have no idea. But she'll be like, there's just something I just don't like. Like, he's just gay. Like, I don't know what it is. Right? So it will just ick her out. Second thing, fellas. Second thing. This is brilliant, right? I'm going to show you something called body angles, right? Body angles, fellas. Again, body angles are another way you communicate. I am high status. I am high ranking. I have more options than you. You work for my attention. You impress me. So using body angles is a way you could do that. I'm going to show you this in a second. But before, fellas, I have a huge fucking announcement to make. For the first time in 3 fucking years, I have decided to bless you motherfuckers with the privilege of having my one-to-one mentorship. I closed it 3 years ago after only taking on a few guys. I've decided 3 fucking years later to finally open a few more spots. So if you want to get in on this, because this, I'm not even going to try and sell it to you, because if you don't want to join, please don't join. Right? It's fucking brilliant. You're going to have 24/7 unlimited access to me. You can ask me any question you want. I will teach you any topic. I will do whatever it takes to help you succeed. You can see why I closed the doors on this 3 years ago and haven't opened it. It is fucking unbelievable. If you want to get inside on that, fellas, I promise you it's worth it. Click the link in the description. You can apply on the page. I'll be in contact with you. We can discuss it. If you don't, please to God, don't apply. It's a lot of work from me. If you don't want to do it, don't apply. Anyway, fellas, let me talk to you about fucking body angles. Now, right, body angles. What the fuck are they? If you look at Tommy, how he's pointing, you can see, again, this is going to look a bit weird, but you can see his body's pointing in this general direction. Whereas if you look at May, where's she pointing? Towards Tommy. This is an advanced tactic, or not really advanced, but no one else on the internet fucking knows this stuff. No one. Look, tell me. Please send me a fucking letter through the book. Send me an email if you find anyone talking about this stuff. Anyway, the thing is with this, fellas, when you point your body towards someone, you are effectively signaling you have 100% of my attention, right? That's what you're selling them. I am 100% interested in you. You have all of my attention, right? Fellas, giving a woman too much attention is a very quick way to turn her off. Why? Because in her stupid fucking brain, she perceives that as, oh, this guy's boring, this guy's not a challenge. I've already won him over. There's no challenge. And we're as men, we're like, please show us you like us. I'll like you more if you show me you like me. Please do everything. You bring me flowers, point me, stare at me. That will make me like you more. But women are the fucking opposite. They are illogical beings, right? Only when it comes to dating and attraction. I'm not talking about in the workplace or any bullshit like that. I'm talking about dating and attraction, right? Disclaimer. Anyway. Also, fellas, when you point your body towards a woman, what it's basically signaling to her, even though this may not be true, it's making her think, wow, this guy is so infatuated with my presence, with my beauty, that he can't not pay me attention. Fellas, this is going to make her think, wow, this guy is not used to it. I am clearly the most attractive woman he's ever had. I'm bored. Right? Why? Because women only date up. They will only date a man they perceive to be higher status than them. Now, if she thinks that you're the hottest girl she's ever been with, you've ever been with, that this equation doesn't math. It doesn't work. It breaks. If he's so obsessed with me, then clearly not interested, bored, right? So be careful of body angles. The thing you want to do here is, fellas, you don't want to be say you're sitting like this, right? And she's pointing towards you. You don't want to fucking turn around and point the other way. No. You just want to have a slight point away, right? You want to be like 30 degrees angled away from her, whereas she's pointing towards you. This is how you keep her chasing your attention.
Yes. Dangerous.
Dangerous, eh?
A horse called Dangerous when the
And again, fellas, let me just point out this another point on this attention piece. So if we can see,
Did you think of a name?
Yes. Dangerous.
just pay attention to Dommy's eye contact. If I just go back, so from here, again, he removes his eye contact. Obviously, he's lighting a cigarette. But
Did you think of a name?
Yes. Dangerous.
again, he could be looking at her now, but he's deliberately not. He's deliberately removed his attention. Again, how would most men behave? They'd be staring at her. And again, fellas, the reason I'm hammering on these points so much, because I have lost girls I really, really liked because I made these subtle mistakes. I can actually just think back. I could just think back and tell you these things, right? Like, I don't know how I have to tell you these things. A lot of people email me and ask me questions and be like, Force, like, you were born with this ability. I wasn't. I've lost so many girls making these mistakes, right? For example, like there was this one, like I've made this mistake too. I'm not even going to fucking give you a specific example. I'm just going to tell you, right? Like back in the day, like I'd point my body towards the girl I was with, right? And I'd stare at her. I couldn't take my eyes off her. Everything she said, I was staring. Every time I spoke, I was staring, right? It's boring. It makes you look eager and needy. And do you think a man with an abundance of options hotter than her would be eager and needy? No, he wouldn't give a shit. He'd be behaving like this, where he's limiting his attention because he's busy, right? He's on a mission and he's got loads of other options. He's doing her a favor by letting her have some of his time. And that's why he behaves like this.
Dangerous, eh?
A horse called Dangerous won the Epsom Derby in 8.
And obviously, fellas, like, I'm not saying you to be I'm not telling you to be like the Terminator and have the inability to make eye contact. Of course, sometimes you want to make eye contact, but the point is, fellas, you want to limit it. You want it to be rare, right? You want her to earn it. And the way you make someone earn it is by giving less of it and slowly giving more of it over time.
1833, so I stole the name. I thought you'd approve. You should visit her.
If I leave Smalley's, I'll be shot dead. Anyway, I'm busy.
Well, the good news is your horse.
Okay, a few other things, right? Let me just replay the clip.
43. So I stole the name. I thought you'd approve.
I just want you to pay attention to Tommy's reaction time here.
You should visit her.
Right, he says nothing, which then forces her to say something else. This is, again, brilliant, fellas. This is slowly how you reverse the power dynamic. Again, fellas, I'm pointing this out because I've made this mistake again. Right? I've made all of these mistakes. Like, I couldn't shut the fuck up. I just couldn't shut up. I just kept talking. Right? I remember like we were sitting and watching TV together, right? Me and this girl. And like we were watching this show and literally every 1 minute I was talking, like making a comment. And at the end, eventually it got to a point where it's like, Force, can we just watch the TV? And that is not how you want to be. You want to be in a position where she's like trying to pull words out of you. She's trying to keep your attention. She's trying to keep you engaged. She's trying to make conversation, right? That puts you in the powerful dynamic where it's like, bitch, I don't give a fuck. You entertain me. Whereas when you do all of the talking, it's like you're trying to keep her attention. Like you're so scared that she's going to get bored that you just have to keep talking. You're so like, I have to say things, otherwise she's going to be thinking she's going to leave me. Bullshit. That is not how a high-ranking man behaves. And fellas, what you'll notice is pretty much all of these tactics just position you as a high-status man. That's all they do. They just make other people perceive you as high status. That's it. And fellas, again, this is another observation that no one knows this stuff. They just repeat the same bullshit that everyone else says. Like I've actually looked at the science and the research and worked up from the first principles, right? Worked up from the scientific principles and the research to give you conclusions, to give you tactics, right? All of the tactics that everyone gives, they all ladder down to simply making you be perceived as a high status, competent, not confident, competent man. That's it. They all ladder down to that. So when I bang on and repeat myself about high status, high rank, be competent, be not, all of these, it's because all of the tactics ladder down to this.
If I leave Smalley's, I'll be shot dead. Anyway, I'm busy.
Well, the good news is your horse is the fastest filly that I've...
And again, fellas, just to go into the actual words Tommy used there, I thought they were brilliant, right? It's like, he just said it so nonchalant. He's like, if I leave Smalley, I'll be shot dead. Anyway, I'm busy. It's like, it's just a perfect response. Whereas if we then look at, in fact, I'm going to go deep on this. But if we look at the average man, right? He'd say, oh, yeah, let's go right now. I'm free. Do you want to go now? I'm free. Let's go. Right? No. Right? A high status man, fellas. He is busy. He doesn't have time to be doing that shit. And again, this is another tactic it shouldn't be a tactic. You should actually be busy. But you want to be busy. You don't want to be available. You shouldn't be able to just leave the house and be like, oh yeah, let's do a 3-hour drive. Yep, let's go. Yep, I've got nothing else going on. It's just an attraction killer, fellas. And again, I can tell you this because I've made these mistakes, right? Like being too available, having too much free time, being able to say yes to everything, right? It's a huge turnoff. You should be busy. You should be getting after it.
Anyway, I'm busy.
Well, the good news is your horse is the fastest filly that I've ever ridden. These are her registration papers.
And again, fellas, this is just fucking brilliant. Just the way Tommy behaves, right? Again, there's just no reaction here. And you're probably thinking like, Force, there's no way on earth girls like to go on dates with men like this. They do, because what you're not understanding, fellas, is the way Tommy is behaving is how women are wired, right? They're wired to want men who behave in this way, right? Cool, calm, collected, ice cold, right? Non-reactive, unfazed, unbothered, slow, confident. The energy of who the fuck is going to do anything to me, right? I'm the highest ranking one here. That's the energy you want, right? Also, fellas, like totally non-nervous. Also, reacting in this way where you just look unbothered, unfazed, right? Keyword, unimpressed. This is a key fucking word. Write this shit down. Unimpressed. This is probably one of the most important words in this video. Unimpressed. Why is this important, fellas? Well, fellas, when you act unimpressed of her, when you act like, and is that it? When you act unimpressed around women, fellas, right? Like she's just a random Tuesday to you. Like you meet women like this all the time. You've got girls hotter than her. Girls, you have to beat girls away with a stick because they're chasing you too much. When you act unimpressed, it simply signals to her, fellas, that, but what it says on the tin, well, I'm unimpressed, right? And it's going to give you the power, right? It's going to make her perceive you as the prize, right? Let's look at it on the other foot. What if you act so impressed, way over eager, way like, oh my God, that's so good, thank you so much. What if you act blown away? Well, it simply tells her you're not used to this. Girls don't usually treat you well. You're not used to a woman that looks like me, right? When you behave in that way, it's an instant 100 to 0 turnoff, right? Women don't want to be with a man who hasn't got other options. Whereas as men, we can't understand that. We want to be with a woman who's a virgin, right? Who's got the lowest body count possible, who is as pure as possible. Men are the opposite. And again, fellas, this is why it's important. This is why I go so in depth on these videos, right? Because you need to understand the science behind it and the psychology, right? The female nature, all of this stuff, the evolutionary psychology, all of it. Because if you understand the science of it, fellas, you're going to understand what I'm saying. You're going to get more results. And again, fellas, I'm not doing this for my own gain. When I go in depth, I've seen the YouTube data. The idiots click off the video because it's boring. They're like, oh, I thought he was going to tell me the Tinder pickup line to use. Oh, I thought he was going to tell me be confident, be cool, be masculine, be charming, be seductive. I thought he was going to tell me some bullshit tactic. Fellas, me going in depth gets people to click off the video. I'm doing this for your benefit.
Ready for your signature.
And again, fellas, like this delay, I do this all the time. All the time. All of the time, right? This delayed reaction time where she says something, you just look at her. Just delayed. It's so good. It's just the ultimate confidence play. Right? It's like, I am so cool, so calm, so relaxed. I will respond when I want to respond. And it's going to make her feel nervous. She's going to be like, wait, am I doing something wrong? Does he not like me? Oh my God, I think he's losing interest. That's the exact mindset you want her in. Because if you think about it, fellas, those things I just said are probably how you feel about girls right now. Right, when you've just attracted a really hot girl, you've started speaking to her, you're like, shit, did what I say drop her interest? Shit, did I fuck this one up? Right? But when you behave in this way, fellas, that's going to make her think those things. Shit, I think he doesn't. Does he like me? Does he not like me? This is the uncertainty you need.
So is this why you came here? All this way in person? For my fucking signature?
You've lost your wife.
And again, fellas, you can see, like, I know, just take the time, I mean it, but right, let's look at it from this perspective, right? How she was stuttering, she was sort of taken aback. Right, as a man, you can never behave like this. Again, this is an instant 100 to 0 turnoff. Being uncertain, being nervous, being unconfident, not having swagger, right? This is an instant 100 to 0 turnoff. When you do that stuff, you can't be like this. I'll just rewind it and show you again.
You've lost your wife.
Right, you just sound so uncertain. As a man, you can never sound uncertain. I'm not telling you this for no reason. I'm telling you, girls have lost interest in me because I was uncertain. I've lost girls who had fucking 110 out of 100 interest in me, right? And because I displayed a few days of uncertainty or weakness, right, of not being able to make decisions, or being unconfident, of not knowing what to do, of not leading, of not being assertive, again, the attraction goes to zero. Tests start coming. She starts pulling back. She stops doing what she was doing for you in the bedroom, right? She loses interest. You cannot ever be like this as a man, right? Whereas if we look at Tommy, right?
Ready for your signature.
So is this why you came here?
There's zero emotional leakage. There's zero uncertainty, right? He sounds certain. Even though he's asking a question, he sounds certain, confident, cool, calm, relaxed, unfazed, unbothered by everything. This is how you have to behave. And fellas, I know it's a high bar, but what's the alternative? Well, the alternative is she loses interest. I'm telling you, fellas, I've made this mistake too many times. I've seen this too many times. I've lost girls like this too many times. If you act uncertain, if you act weak, needy, clingy, insecure, unconfident, unassertive, right, indecisive, you will lose her. She will lose attraction, I'm telling you. But if you keep this up like Tommy, you will maintain the attraction.
All this way in person. For my fucking signature.
And fellas, what Tommy just did there was a highly confident move. Right? This is very simple, right? He's just saying it as it is. He's just calling her out. Right? And again, fellas, most men are too nervous to do this. They can't do this. Right? It's like, oh, I don't want to upset. I don't want to like potentially make her lose interest. I don't want her to lose interest. I don't want to shake the boat. I don't want to make her annoyed. Whereas Tommy says how it is. You came all this way for this. I don't believe you. Right? He's calling it out. He's telling it how it is. And that's going to put her on the spot. And usually it's going to make her say something she didn't mean to say. And usually it's going to make her reveal her cards. Also, fellas, even if she doesn't spill the beans and tell you the truth about how she's really feeling about you or whatever, it's going to raise attraction. Because what Tommy just did here is a highly masculine trait. Right? It's a highly masculine trait. Saying how it is. It takes a lot of confidence to do that. And that's why, fellas, on a side note, I'll give you two side notes. First is about approaching women. And the second is about masculinity in general. This is why, fellas, approaching women is one of the most attractive things you can do. If you do it right, that is. Right? I'll probably make a video on this at some point. Because a lot of you motherfuckers asked me how to do this. I'll make a video on this at some point. But it's one of the most attractive things you can do because it's highly confident. It takes balls, right? The second thing is, fellas, what you'll notice is literally everything we've covered, it comes from being a fucking man. It comes from being a high status, high ranking, winning male. That's what it comes down to. All of the tactics we've covered. A high status, high ranking, winning male. All of it, right? All of these tactics boil down to that. Being certain, being confident, being decisive, being assertive, right? Telling her what to do, being cool, calm, relaxed, being unfazed, being unbothered, being unimpressed. These are all highly masculine traits. This is what it boils down to, fellas. Fellas, I hope you enjoyed this video where we went a bit deeper. We didn't get through too much of the clip, but like, what's the alternative? I could just bullshit you and say, be confident, be cool. This stuff where I break it down is worse for me because these videos get way less views. Just look at my recent videos. They get way less views. But the guys who watch them, it will help you so much more because it will sit deeper in your subconscious, right? The more I fucking ramble at you, the more you hear my words, the deeper this will go into your brain. And what that means is, fellas, you're naturally going to do this. Any of the guys that watch my videos a lot, who have rewatched my videos, which I highly recommend you do, to rewatch my videos 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, I promise it's one of the most important things you could do. For the guys who've done that and are listening to me now, you will know that you do this stuff that I talk about naturally now. You know that because you've heard it so many times. Anyway, fellas, if you want to join my one-to-one mentorship, I do not know how long I will keep this open for. Pounce at the opportunity quickly because it might be gone in a week, a month. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't opened this up in literally 3 years now. It's really good. So if you want to get in that. If you don't, it makes no difference to my life.